Hey guys, so it's like extremely late at night, but I thought that, well, I'm bored, might as well record a video for you. So this is gonna be the top 5 legends that I prefer over any other of them, and this is gonna be completely my own opinion, but at the same time, it's gonna be completely facts, and that you have to agree with me. Yeah, if you like it, if you want more, subscribe, and let's get right into this. In number 5 is Zario. No particular reason except for I think that they're really just a solid character. I mean, I for one love gauntlets. They're like one of my favorite weapons in the game. It's not my favorite weapon in the game, but of course. See, the thing is, look at their SIGs. Just sometimes, if you get a good like up read or something, that is like one of the best SIGs for me. Also, I'm talking as if I know shit about the game when I don't. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Or don't, because everything I say is completely true. Anyway, well, on their bow, no one expects this. No one expects this to ledge guard. I can't think of one time I played Zario and someone actually jumped around this without either having to dodge through it or like throw a weapon at me in order to stop me from doing what I'm doing. It's such a solid edge guard that like half the time it'll work if you're, well, not in a really high rank like I'm not, because I don't play ranked much. On to the next legend, Fate. Of course, people probably thought Fate would be somewhere on this list. They were right. I love Fate. I'm not particularly good with Scythe, but at the same time, I understand all of her shit. Like, her SIGs are insanely quick. I just threw the orb instead of using a SIG. I'm tired. But if you hold this, it becomes a projectile. And that's one of the best things about this kit, because you can choose what range you want to shoot this at. And then this teleport move, I don't see nearly enough people using it. It's so good. Down SIG. It has active input. You can choose where you want to send them. Perfect. Why wouldn't you use this? They nerfed it in the recent patch, but like, it's still an amazing move. And the side SIG. If I haven't seen a spammable move before, that's one of them. On to my next pick, which might surprise some people, but it's Mako, because I don't know jack shit about greatswords so far, but I do love her potential, which is why I'm trying to learn greatsword at the moment. But alright, so these SIGs, they are not the best SIGs in the game, but they are so good when utilized properly. That, look at this. Look at how good that is for getting back to stage. Look at that SIG. It's a fucking dunk on a greatsword, which completely covers one of its weaknesses, which is a really good high grounded move. Down SIG. Try to get back to stage with this. If the activation hitbox doesn't hit you, then the outside hitbox will. And then the holy grail of her SIGs, the Qatar SIGs. Alright. This side SIG, kinda meh. Reminds me of Mirage's side SIG on her Scythe. Is nothing too special, but look at this end SIG. It has active input. You can choose which way to dunk them. See, if you don't move at all, it just dunks them in front of them. If you move it, then it will dunk them behind you. It's perfect. Probably her best SIG is this. Look at how fast you can move after that. That's not the SIG I meant to do. But there's like no recovery time after. Like, you can just do that like as many times as you want. It might not have the best force, but like, holy shit, it doesn't need to, because it's just gonna build up it's just gonna build up so much damage that eventually you're gonna knock them out. My next pick is probably not a popular one, but I do not care. Mirage. Mirage has always been one of my favorite legends, and she used to be my ranked main. I just think that all of her SIGs have a purpose, which is what you need in a good rounded legend. Her end SIG strings off of a literal fucking sidelight. This move is so quick, has a great amount of force, and I just feel like is a great knockout potential and something that Scythe misses while it's on the ground. Side SIG, nothing too special. If you pass through them, you don't hit them, but it flattens your hitbox. That is something I do know. But her best side SIG, in my opinion, down SIG. This is the literal fucking force field. It's so fast, and then you can just, as soon as you hit it, just back away. If you're in like a pinch and you don't know what you're supposed to do, just use that SIG. It's perfect if someone is just on you with gauntlets or something short range like guitars. Spear SIGs. A bit underwhelming compared to the Scythe SIGs, I must admit, but at the same time, they all have a use as well. This one covers a little bit into the air. I'd say like maybe half a jump into the air. It squishes your hitbox, which is really good. It makes you a lot less vulnerable while you're doing that SIG. Side SIG. Very good, very solid SIG. It's a really good spike. If they're on the very ledge, then they will go downward, and no matter what, it does have pretty good force, and it's a really fast signature, and it's good to catch people off guard, at least for me. Mirage's weakest signature to me, down SIG. This, I mean, that's the wrong one. Just those. The hitboxes are just not something to be impressed with, and the force isn't either. Last, but certainly not least, Petra. Petra is my absolute favorite character in this entire game as of right now. It might be taken over by Mako once I learn how to play Greatsword, but that's besides the point. She did receive nerfs in the last patch that added Mako. But I just want you to look at these SIGs. Look at how insanely fast that is, and even with the nerf of it, you can move pretty fast after it. There's a fair amount of recovery time, but still. It also hits grounded, which is, you know, holy shit. The side SIG. Insanely fast. But not only is it insanely fast, it has active input. If you hold up, you will hit your opponent upwards, which can be good to throw people off in certain situations. And I just think that it's pretty, well, useful for us. Her probably weakest SIG is the Gauntlets down SIG. Gauntlets down SIG is just kind of hard to hit sometimes, and it's not always worth putting you out and in a different position just to do a single move. But when you hit it, it's very rewarding. So I wouldn't say it's a bad SIG at all, and I wouldn't think that anything really needs to be changed about it. Petra Orb. A lot weaker than her gauntlets, in my opinion, but at the same time, it's an orb, so its natural kit makes up for its shortcomings, in my opinion, at least. So the side SIG, projectile, you can jump it. It's pretty easy to see when it's coming out. Not exactly the fastest move. Maybe if it was a bit faster, then it would be worth putting yourself in such a vulnerable position. Not good to me though. End SIG. That is a really solid move. It's probably the best move on the orb kit for me, at least. Probably the one that I always throw out gravity canceled at the ledge when idiots try to keep ground pounding me. It works a lot of the time, and it's a really good anti-air. That's about as much as you can say. Not too good, but not bad at all. Orb down SIG. Underrated. If you're ledge guarding, no one expects you to just like throw out a fucking orb in front of them. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm tired, so I'm not hitting it properly. When you hit this properly, they're not getting back to stage. I mean, they could get back to stage depending on their health, but if they're at maybe mid orange health, but are not getting back to stage. And then I have 2 honorable mentions that are not on this list, simply because I don't like one of the weapons in the kit. Ragnar. I love Ragnar, but the reason I don't pick him, the axe. I hate axe. Axe to play. It's too clunky, it's too heavy, it doesn't feel good to use. It feels cheap, but the katars on Ragnar, absolutely amazing. Side sig, solid. End sig, solid. Down sig, oh my god, that spike is amazing. And then there is Val. Val is also a really good legend, except for the fact that I don't exactly like sword that much, which is probably a controversial opinion, but sword is just meh to me. Again, I'm not the best at Brawlhalla, I'm not the worst at it, but these are my opinions at least. Alright, well, you made it to the end of the video. That's cool. I don't know why you did, but thank you. If you could, maybe leave a like, subscribe, that would be really cool, and I would really enjoy it if you did so, because I would enjoy getting to 1,000 subscribers someday, and I really enjoy making videos and doing live streams, and I really hope to keep doing it in the future. Comment down below what do you think I should do next, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.